Hello, and welcome back to the Firepreneurship Show. In today's episode, we will be talking about applying automation to your business as a whole. And this goes with the article that talks about automating your content creation process. All right, so the things we will be going over, we'll talk about a software that Dana has implemented into his business, Turf Plus, and pros and cons about that, how it's affected his business, how it's transformed it, and how it has helped him improve his business. So let's go ahead and get started. Ready? Aim, fire. All right, so the first thing we will be talking about is how software has helped Dana in his business reach certain decisions as to whether to integrate something or to discontinue something.
Yeah, we went we started using a software product called ServSuite. And the reason we did is we're using computers, obviously, for a lot of years, but we still had to manually put in a lot of information, which made for a lot of mistakes. We had a lot of paperwork all over the place. And so it helped us to go paperless. For instance, we had to use maps. And then as Google Maps came out, we were able to switch to that. And then with ServSuite, we were able to reduce things even more, meaning less buttons to push. As a service came up, it would automatically take us to a map and direct us how to get to our next stop so that we could service the customer's property for them. So it helped us integrate lots of things together. The maps were then combined. Everything was all in one spot. We didn't have to have a hodgepodge process in order to take care of the customer's needs.
Well, awesome. It sounds like that software ServSuite has helped a lot with Turf Plus as far as integrating new things and discontinuing certain things. And we'll go into further detail about that here in a bit. The next question that I have for you, Dana, is how has software helped automate messaging? Some context for everybody. With a service type business like Turf Plus, you need to reach out to your customers, obviously, and set appointments and answer questions and resolve concerns. And so this question is focused on how the software transformed that process for Turf Plus.
Yeah, I've always tried to run the business the way I would like to be treated. So whatever we did, I did it according to that. And I've always liked to be able to feel like I'm in control and I'm making the decisions. So we called our customers before each application to confirm that they wanted it, find out if they had any questions, and resolve those. This software has helped us still be able to communicate with them, but let them know that we're automatically coming out, but they feel very comfortable to cancel at any time. We make sure that we earn our customers' trust and their desire for our service. So we send out an email and we send out a text within a week of the time of when we're going to come out. It's usually the day before, depending on the customer. And that gives them very good opportunity to be able to say, hey, it's not going to work for us this time, either because of finances or they're going to be out of town or for whatever the reason might be. So they still are in the driver's seat, but yet we're able to service a lot more customers because we can take care of their lawn whether we are able to get with them by phone or not. So it's really helped out tremendously there. People have really appreciated the communication. They don't have to pick up the phone if they don't want to. They can just see the text and or the email and be able to move forward with having their lawn taken care of. One of the things that is, I think, helpful to talk about is that it takes effort to automate things. It really does. As you think of a new idea, try to think of all the ramifications that will happen because of it, and you try to work through those details as much as possible beforehand. So it's important to realize that in the long run you're going to be a lot more efficient, even though in the short run it does take that effort of figuring out how you're going to automate and improve that way, and then all the ramifications, and then work through them. Try to do it in a way that you've pre-thought out a lot of the ramifications so that you can mitigate any problems that come up and accentuate those pros and make those really work for you and especially for the customer.
It sounds like the software really streamlined that process for you. I know we didn't go over this in our pre-discussion, but a question I just thought of for you. If you could give an estimate, how much time do you think that saved for your personnel in the office?
Probably between an hour and a half to 2 hours every day, and that's times 3 people, so between 4 and 5 hours. It was a huge advantage. So they're able to spend a lot more time talking to the customers about things that are of importance to the customer, rather than scheduling, and they were able to pass on savings to the customer so that the customer pays less because we have to do less in order to make their lawn look great.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing improvement. So like 20, 25 hours per week?
Yes, yep.
Wow, that's awesome. So yeah, the software can definitely have a great impact on your business as a whole. I just wanted to ask that question to kind of illustrate that so people can see like the actual impact in estimated numbers, how it has boosted your productivity at Turf Plus. So yeah, thanks for that spontaneous answer. How did the software help with designing invoices, emails, and all of that?
Well, beforehand, we either did it ourselves, which, we're a small company, and we have 3 people that work in the office, plus a general manager, plus lawn analysts. And so we would try to tap into each one of those. We would propose changes, and then we would have each person look at it, give their feedback. But still, that's very limited in scope. By tapping into ServSuite, we're tapping into all their expertise, their experience, and then they're tapping into all their customers into the ways that each one of them runs their business, and how they set up their invoices and their emails, etc. And also in the changes that those customers are looking to make, those improvements that they're looking to make in order to improve their look and their communication with their customer. I mean, we had to change. So sometimes that can feel very daunting. We had our invoices and our emails worked out. We felt pretty comfortable with them. And then thinking of having to change completely wasn't something that really we were looking at that point. We had refined those things over the years and decades and really liked what we had. And it was also limiting. I mean, there were pros and cons. But we found that as we moved forward and tapped into their resources, even though we couldn't do some things, overall we were able to make good improvements in our invoices and in our emails and in our other literature that the customer would see.
Yeah, that's a great point that you brought up there. When we use software, they have their clientele, their expertise, their experience, and so you have that to tap into. when you're designing things. Like a lot of them offer templates, and that's based off of all of the information that they have for the most effective designs to help inspire action from your potential clients or your customers, and all of that. So yeah, that's a great thing to point out about using software to automate. All right, so the next question that I have for you is, how has ServSuite helped improve workflow and project management?
Probably the biggest improvement that came from the new software was the fact that we were able to automatically upload the information off our work orders rather than having to manually put in that information. So it saved a ton of time because it was just a few keystrokes, and it also saved a lot in human error, which we went back and looked at it, and some of it was up to 15% error rate. So it was a big problem, and we worked at fixing it by having someone go in and double check the work, and they caught a lot of that, but still there was 1 or 2% error rate after that. It helped us tremendously to be efficient and also saved us a lot in making errors. Another big help was the fact that we could track who made each change. All we'd have to do is go back to that time frame. We know who made the change. We knew who to talk to. We knew the exact changes that they made, and therefore we knew exactly how to train them and help them to learn from that experience and improve the customer experience.
Well, that's awesome. Especially wanted to point out the part of eliminating error. A lot of times when we find ourselves doing something that is repetitive, there's a lot of human mistakes, human error, and those software can definitely help with like our content marketing and eliminate errors that way. And as we can see, it's successful in the case of ServSuite and Turf Plus. So that's awesome. That's a good thing to hear and to add on to the value for in the context of content marketing as well. Yeah, that productivity boost sounds like it helped a lot, streamlining processes for not just the office, but for you as a manager. The next question that I have for you is, how well does automation for messaging, etc., help with improving efficiency and productivity?
I think the biggest improvement, help, was the fact that the customer could now speak about their lawn rather than the logistics of having their lawn serviced, which is really what they want to talk about. They want to know that they're heard. They want to know that their problem is going to be solved, and they want to know that, feel comfortable that you're a professional and that you know exactly how to solve their problems. So that was a big improvement in customer service and in the customer experience.
Yeah, I feel like from the point of view of the customer, they know what they want done, they know why they want it done, and they want you to know how. And so yeah, that's awesome that you were able to use the software to make it so that, as you said, the customer can talk more about their lawn and the concerns that they have specifically about their lawn, as opposed to trying to schedule and all of that. So yeah, it sounds like it has a great benefit for the customers as well.
Also, it gave the office personnel a lot more time and practice in talking about those things that were important to the customers, so that they became really good at addressing the concerns of the customers. And so their communication was a lot more spot on. They were able to get more directly to the point, and they were able to be more articulate and helpful to the customer.
Yeah, so those are some great value points there. All right, so the next question that I have for you, and the last one, is I'd like for you to talk about how the software or ServSuite provides key data points for you, and like how that has helped your business as a whole.
Before we switched over, we had lots of reports that we worked with and gained a lot of information to be able to make good decisions and to improve our service for the customer. After we got the ServSuite software, there were even more reports, things that we didn't know existed beforehand. And so we were able to track even more data points, and we were able to make improvements that we didn't even know were possible. So it was a good improvement. I mean, you can gather a lot of information by yourself or as a small company, but the more companies, the more people that you deal with, the more information you'll be able to gather, and the more expertise you'll be able to draw on and be able to improve your company that much faster.
Wow, yeah, that's great. I love to, when I am exploring different software for different things that I'm trying to do, I like to look at like all of their features, their templates that they offer, the types of analytics that they offer, and yeah, you can see the experience there from, may it be like other companies that they have taken feedback from and added those aspects to what they offer, or just they had already provided it. So it's a great way to be able to tap into all of that. It's awesome to hear that ServSuite offered for you not only that aspect with design, but also with the data that you receive and seeing those key data points that you hadn't thought of before, that helped you in the long run with other aspects of your business that you hadn't considered. So yeah, these are some great reasons why we should utilize software.
That's been a great conversation. It's really helped me to remember the improvements that we got from this company, and we look forward to either making changes or continually improving with ServSuite in the future.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time. I feel it's a very valuable discussion that we've had. You having the experience of using a software that has helped you in so many ways really drives home the point that after simplifying and eliminating things, there are a lot of things that we should automate with software. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you next time. Our mission at firepreneurship.com is to help people like you achieve FIRE, financial independence, retire early, through entrepreneurship. We offer educational materials like this podcast, but most of all, we offer outsourcing services to help you automate the business you started to bring you financial independence, so you can focus on what you love the most about running your business, or if you want, step away from your autonomous business altogether and retire early. Thank you for listening to this edition of the Firepreneurship Show. To show our appreciation, we've created a page full of helpful resources for you and your business. To access it, visit firepreneurship.com/resources. Again, that's firepreneurship.com/resources. It's time we signed our own Declaration of Financial Independence.